Visit worldrolodex.com/datingadviceguru to learn more. Subject: stop what you're doing and listen. Or lose your man. This may be one of the most important messages you'll read in 2019, so it's crucial you listen and act accordingly. Click here for your copy of Passion Phrases and ignite his desire with words. It's happened again. You've got into an argument with him about where the relationship stands and you're left feeling the same old frustrations and anger. What are we? What are your plans for us in the future? Do you even still want to be with me? Why can't you just commit? Sounds familiar? It does, and guess what? Familiarity breeds contempt. The same old arguments and questions you have for him do nothing but drive him away. Take a look at your past relationships and why they've ended. You'll notice the same patterns that lead right up to the demise, and right before you finally cut all ties with him, he's either already left you or worse, cheats on you as he starts to feel the pressure. The problem not only lies in what you're saying, but also what you're not saying. That's where my help comes in along with the solution. The program I've developed, Passion Phrases, is the only program specifically designed to trigger a man's obsession switch. Specifically his obsession switch, the guy you don't want to lose. How would it feel to never feel uncertain about the status of your relationship again? How would it feel to have him romanticizing over you and expressing all of his passions unto you? How would it feel to have him absolutely infatuated with you? What would you give to have that peace of mind that every woman deserves with their man? You can find out along with the phrases and words that will change your life. Email to subject: to fall in love. Do these 3 steps. Step 1: find a subject. 3 steps to fall in love. But do you know number 2? Subject: Dr. Aaron's formula of love. Subject: what he needs to feel in order to fall in love with you. I have something unique to show you today. These are the 3 steps of falling in love. They are completely legit, no shenanigans here. Ready? Okay, first, step 1: find a complete stranger. Well, you don't need a complete stranger, but it helps if you haven't known each other long. We seem to be more conditioned to fall for someone we haven't got any pre-existing judgments about. Step 2: reveal to each other intimate details about your lives for half an hour. Step 3: then, stare deeply into each other's eyes without talking for 4 minutes. Yes, that's 4 whole minutes. Which is a lot longer than you might think until you actually do it. You'll find yourself softening and opening up to them on a very deep level. You might find yourself in disbelief about this process, or even saying, "Carlos, you made this up." Well, as it turns out, this experiment was performed more than 20 years ago. The psychologist, Arthur Aaron, succeeded in making 2 strangers fall in love in his laboratory. It works so well several of his test subjects fell for each other and one got married. But here's the big question: do you know how you do this with the guy you want? Because, quite frankly, most women don't really understand that second step very well. Reveal to each other intimate details about your lives. The truth is, you have to know what to reveal to him, and how to get him to reveal his details to you. To fully open a man up requires you to know how to get inside his head. I've made a video about what a man needs to feel in order to fall in love like this. It's the missing step from Dr. Aaron's formula for love, and it's the reason that he didn't manage to get all his test subjects to fall in love. It's something called the seeking system, and it's inside every man, ready to be awakened. I'm warning you that the start of this presentation is going to make you a bit uncomfortable, so be prepared to be shocked. Email 3 subject: are you in a FWB relationship? Are you his booty call? Read this. Subject: does friends with benefits ever turn into love? Find out. Subject: it's not your duty to give him the booty. My friend Ann texted me last night. I hadn't heard from her in weeks, but she finally reached out with a simple but alarming text: does friends with benefits ever turn into love? Wow. I had to stop and really think about that for a minute. I'm not one to rush to text someone back. I like to give a thoughtful answer. So I finally sent her this: are you the one in love? Or are you hoping he will fall in love? I made an assumption there, sure. But I knew where Anne's question was coming from. She fired back this sigh. I wish I knew if he felt the same. It was at this point that I called Anne up and found out that she had made a booty call arrangement with a guy she had been out on a few dates with. They had hit it off in the bedroom, but he still wanted to see other people. So Anne had gone along with this friends with benefits arrangement, in the hopes that she could sneak into a full relationship through the back door of being a FWB. I told her that it can happen, but it's kind of like taking a game like Monopoly and then changing the rules halfway through. It's deceptive in a way. Even if you're just trying to create a loving relationship. A guy can feel tricked or manipulated if a woman takes an FWB situation and tries to change it into a serious relationship. Luckily, though, there is a way to do it if you know how men think about love. You can trigger a man to feel like he's falling in love with you, if you know how to make him feel in love. He has to feel something very special. It's called the obsession switch. Email 4 subject, trending, scientists identify the obsession switch in the brain. Subject, he will become madly obsessive and focused on you. Subject, what if you could be his obsession? It's no secret that men are easily obsessed. From collecting cards to that piece of junk car he swears he's going to restore. Or even his obsessive focus on sports. All of a man's obsessions lie in a very special network in his brain. Women have this network, too, but it's not triggered the same way as his is. This region of the brain is connected to the zone that is most active in people who have obsessive-compulsive thoughts, the kind of intrusive thoughts that you can't stop from happening throughout the day. Just imagine, though. What if you could be his obsession? What if you could tap into this area of his brain, and have him compulsively thinking about you? He would be preoccupied by thoughts of you, and the more he tries to stop those thoughts, the more he winds up daydreaming about you. It might sound fantastic, but it's not. New advances in neuroscience have isolated how this obsessive force can be triggered using innocent words. Phrases you can drop into any conversation, completely undetectable. I have a new video for you that explains this phenomenon that is buzzing through the science community. Discover this obsession switch. Email 5 subject, he would feel despair if he lost you. Subject, if there's one regret you want him to avoid, it's the regret of. Subject, there is a way to inspire a man to an intense level of emotional longing. Subject, obsess his mind, own his heart. He would feel despair if he lost you. It's true. Men make mistakes in their relationships, and then feel bad about them later. That he let a great woman disappear from his life. They say it's better that we regret the things we did do than it is to regret the things we didn't do. And if there's one regret you want him to avoid, it's the regret of having lost his one true love. He would feel despair in his heart if he did. But if you can make him see you as the right woman for him, his body will tremble at the sight of you. He will want you physically, mentally, and emotionally. He will see you as the perfect romantic partner for him. He will constantly test you to see if you feel the same way about him. He will melt when he looks in your eyes. And you will feel like the center of his universe. There is a way to inspire a man to this intense level of emotional longing. Some call this obsession, but I like to think of it as infatuation. That uncontrollable desire to be with someone, to merge with them if you could. There's a part of his mind that you can trigger that makes him obsessed with you. If you use this on him, he will only truly feel happy if he's doing something to make you feel happy. Email 6 subject, is this what women really want from a man? Subject, adoration leads to the key thing a woman wants from her man, to feel. Subject, you need to know what it takes to make him give you what you need. Women, above all else, want adoration. Adoration leads to one of the key things a woman wants in a relationship, to feel special, to know that she is the one and the only one. Adoration makes a woman feel valued, special and cherished. You want him to regard you with the utmost esteem, love, and respect. You want him to honor, admire and worship you. You want him to be devoted to you. Women experience and feel loved when there is an open flow and expression of affection. When he holds me, when he touches me, when he caresses me, when he is tender, I feel whole and loved. Mary from KY. Some of the kinds of things women desire from a man are romantic gestures, small and thoughtful gifts, listening without negative judgment and without rushing to give advice, being present when she speaks, giving his full attention and focus to her in the moment, being courteous and respectful, expressing empathy and sympathy, being encouraging and accepting of her, expressing appreciation for her uniqueness. If you found that you connected with any of these needs, then you need to know what it takes to get him to give you what you need. I've just put together something new that will show you how to make a man so obsessively infatuated with you that he will only be focused on making you happy. And you'll have the best possible chance of making the kind of relationship with him that the epic poems of old speak of. I'm resisting the urge to get hyped and overly excited here, but I really think you're going to be amazed at what you will be able to do with this new discovery. Visit worldrolodex.com/datingadviceguru to learn more.